Good evening, everyone. TMA fans verdict. Will you, the fellow fans, get your opinions on the game that's just got finished, shall we say? Fourth win in a row, third win in a row in the league for TC and the Hornets. 2-1 at home to Derby County. Just as always, big shout out to the Former Players Club, fronted by Pricey and Lou for Blissett. Tailor-made Former Players Club. And head over to facebook.com/tailor-made players for them. And a big shout out to our official partner in Reach Group. Big shout out Terry there, mate. So evening, boys and girls. Sir Dunk is with me. Evening, mate.
Good evening. How are we doing?
Haha. Yeah, very nice. so mate, before we get straight to the comments, another win, mate. I mean, how many times have we said that for the last few years? But another win, second in the table so far. Obviously, plenty of games to go, but it's looking brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't think of the last time we won more than 2 games back to back. Now this is, I think it's our 4th consecutive win. I think it is, which is, I don't think we're even thinking anything like that. I think we were thinking likely to get just any back to back at this point. So. This is above all expectation, really, is how we're viewing it. Derby were probably the hardest team we've faced so far to break down. They sat very deep. And I think even Chak Vitadze had a problem trying to get through them to stay at points. I think that's probably his quietest game for us. By nature of Derby defending deep and, in fairness, for the most part, defending quite well, I thought. Pitch.
Yeah, I was just listening in, mate, to be honest. I'll shout out a couple of comments before we go. I have to big shout out to my sister. She said, shout out to your sister, the abuse I got last week. So, hello, Lucy. She goes, Watford. Ian Halsey, Mr. Halsey, Darren's number 1 fan is his evening geezers. Mr. Terry Pearce, our official partner in Reach Group. So thank you very much, Terry. Says, cheers, mate. Looking forward to catching up on Tuesday. No problem at all, mate. It'd be an honour to sit with you, mate, as always. Has Duncan sacked his barber? That is the main question we've all been asking, mate.
They were never employed in the first place.
Well, no, these are the hard questions we need to be asking, mate. Is that an official word from you, is it?
Well, we'll see. We're still in the hiring process at the moment, really.
Yeah, I'm never going to judge your haircut. Yeah, I'm obviously sorry to interrupt you, but I'm never going to judge your haircut in a million years, mate. You're always going to be more glamorous than me, by the way. Yeah, Lucy would love thing. Yeah, so official word, Halsey, he never got employed to begin with. So you've got to search for more gotcha moments later, by the way. So, yeah, one thing I would say, and I'll say it now, and I'll put it on Twitter and I'll put it on Facebook. Hands up, fair play. Bio is one of my man of the matches, along with Sissoko. Definitely in contention for man of the match. I thought Bio was excellent today. I really did roast him at the start. I said he offered nothing up front. He works hard, but I just think in terms of goals, and then he pops up with that, and it was an absolutely brilliant goal. Fair play to him, and I got egg on my face, quite rightly. So, yeah, credit where it's due. I thought Bio was excellent. I think everyone done really well. I mean, even, okay, early goal, they shocked us into going 1-0 down after a couple of minutes, but we showed resilience. We attacked them. We, took the game to them. I think we were the better side in all, and this is not managed to seem arrogant at all, because Derby are a good side. They've just got promoted. I do see them staying up this season, but I thought for the whole game we peppered their goal, and I think we were good value for the win. It was always going to be tough. It was a pitch predictor, as always. It's the way it's got to be, mate. Eventually, if you say it's going to rain, eventually it'll rain, mate. And that's a bit like my predictions, fella. But before we get, brilliant, mate. I've seen that as well. I'll quickly shout these out. Halsey said, "So I see." That's regarding your glamorous haircut. Hi, Olivia. Welcome. It's from Lucy. Man of the match is Oko Pollock. Yeah, Pollock was absolutely immense as well. So yeah, Dunk, it's floor's yours, mate. You got some stats up.
Yeah, it's just backing up your point, really. I don't think the possession is pretty much what we expected. We had a majority of the ball today. Derby were happy to sit deep and try and catch them breaking one form or another. I think it's fair to say that starting strongly has probably been the one weakness we've consistently had under Cleverley so far. Sorry, Phelps is trying to break into my little bag of goodies down there. Don't know if you can see that or not. Sorry, I had to do all that. So
you're right, mate. Go on.
Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, against Millwall, we conceded an early chance, got away with it. Against Stoke, Backman saved an early chance. And this time, Derby made an early chance count. That's the one thing where we do really have to tighten up on, I think, because it's putting us on the back foot otherwise. I know it sounds really negative, but otherwise, I've been putting that to one side. Our attitude's been really good. Our approach play has been very good. The substitutions from Cleverley have been very good and the logical, and it's paying off. So I know it sounded very negative originally, but it's in context of the fact that we're doing so much else right. It's evident why we've got 4 in a row so far, and hopefully it keeps going.
Yeah, more importantly, I'll just move that frame up there. There we go, mate.
Going to Philip Crouch, I'd actually probably lean towards Pollock being man of the match for me, simply because he was superb defensively and the pass that led to Bio's wonder goal. I don't understand Bio. He's a bloody enigma. He scores the overhead versus Rotherham. Leicester last year, the ball across goal, quite similar actually, in terms of having to really reach, put it back across goal in probably the hardest technique you can do. And today's probably the hardest technique you can do, or up there. But then at the ground, it looked like it was a howler, the one that sort of 6-yard tap in, it looked like. On replay, I wouldn't call it a howler, but it's one you would expect a championship level striker to finish reliably. And the header later on was also actually quite hard. I'm not going to be critical on that one for him. But I agree, he worked quite hard. He works hard. He presses well. But I'm also hoping we can get... Is it Jefferson?
Yeah.
That's
right, yeah.
I'd be glad to get him on loan as well to give more competition and force more consistency either from Bio or then Bio plays the substitute role. Because I think how often we've been here with Bio where he'll do something incredible like this, and then for the next 5 games we're going, do something. Please shoot. Please shoot, man. Because there is a player there. We've seen that for years. There is a striker in there in him. It's just getting that consistency for him. And now at the point where he either needs to deliver or will be dropped for Jefferson or Rivich potentially. And today is the first step of keeping his place.
Yeah, no, exactly, mate. Yeah, just a word on Pollock as well. I mean, look what's happened since the debacle at Millwall before we smashed Luton a couple of seasons ago, and look how much he's grown in stature and confidence, and he's been our outstanding player this season. If I could pick one that consistently has played excellent in every game, it'll 100% be Pollock. And yeah, like you said, and I know Crouchy shouted that out with Sissoko and Pollock today. And yeah, his pass was brilliant. I mean, I was watching him today. I was really impressed by the fact that as soon as he gets the ball, he drives forward like a midfielder. He looks to find pockets of space and looks to create stuff. And he's only a centre back. I mean, that shows you the Tom Cleverley effect that's really really coming to the fore now. Obviously, yeah, what a Pollock. That's from Lucy. A load of Pollocks there, Lucy's talking. But yeah, he looks like a bit like what Decore used to do, where he grabs the ball, doesn't look anywhere else, and just drives. And there was 2 or 3 incidences in that game where he really did push on, and yeah, very, very positive. Yeah, thing is though, Duncan, you said this as well. When we win, we pick apart certain things we need to improve on, and then if we lose, obviously we haven't yet, but you know, there's going to be a time when we lose, we look at the positives and the things we can use to move forward. And yeah, there's always going to be room for improvement. Certainly today there was a few things that we could look at. Obviously the slow start and certain other areas where we let them in. But apart from that, another win, 4 wins in a row. They're learning on the game every single time we go out there and play. And yeah, I mean, we couldn't ask for any more going into a run of really tricky games after Plymouth. And I'm not saying for any reason that Plymouth's going to be easy, but in terms of the league, we've got some really tricky games coming up now. And I think obviously Klebs has looked at the 3 or 4 home games that we've had, obviously take away the cup, to say, look, we've got to get minimum 7 points from this if we can, including obviously the Millwall game. We can get 6 to 7 points out of that, then we're laughing, because we go into a really tricky run of games where we know one of them we're going to drop, but at least one of them will possibly drop points off. But we're on a run now. We've got high on confidence. We've got a few signings coming through the door as well. And you're looking at our bench as well, which is the really pleasing thing. We've got some real attacking threat coming off the bench as well. The players that are on there are hungry to get on. And when they come on, fair play to Klebs, hand it to him. Every time he's brought on the subs, pretty more or less they've seemed to have come good, mate. Halsey saying every game in the Championship is tricky. Absolutely, mate. And we've been saying this for a few years now. It's game management. Every game is different. You've got to take each game by its morals, and respect each team of, you know, because they all play differently. They're not all of them play tiki-taka and spread out or go down the wings all the time. You know, there's be teams like Derby that try to frustrate us, at points try to time waste as well. But we managed to get through that test, and that's what we need to do. There's going to be a lot of luck involved in this, mate. But yeah, that's how it's got to be, mate. But yeah, Dunk, going forward, mate, it's looking brilliant, isn't it? Really, going into these run of fixtures.
I mean, yeah, Caroline's absolutely right. It was very noticeable that when the first goal went in for Derby, there wasn't any sort of groaning. The crowd didn't really lose their heads. It was just a case of it's early in the game. There's still 90 plus minutes to go. Let's just get behind the lads and see what they can do. I think if that was last year, near the end of last year, before Clevy took over, there would have been a lot of groaning. There would have been a lot of negativity in the crowds because we didn't have the belief or confidence the team would pull it round. And that's probably the single thing that defies Cleverley's reign so far. It's the fact that the crowd believe in him and the team again. And that is no mean feat given the last couple of years. So that's a really good point made there. And it's why I definitely think that's why we turned it around today. The team looked like a team, not in fits and starts, but over the course of the game, you can see they're fighting for each other. Sissoko's leading by example, and I did not think, given like he's 34, 35 now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. And that in the 80th minute, he would be making a lung-busting run to win the ball, keep it, and then start another attack potentially. That was one thing that really stood out. Just 80 minutes in, you've got this monster in a midfielder somehow, at his age, just absolutely bossing it still, which I didn't expect. And the same, Kayembe, I thought, had his weakest game for us so far this season. I don't think the game suited him. He is good when he's got a little bit of space, getting in transition and running at someone. Derby didn't allow him that, and I think he also had a really quiet game because of it. Whereas Quaido Bar, when he came on, was absolutely electric. He's built like a brick shit house. He's got pace. He's very tricky. And he's got end product. It's really nice to see. We've got viable options across the board. And as much as we've rightly lamented our recruitment in the last couple of years, they've got it right this year, it seems like. We've got Larucci and Sema at left wing back. We've got Ngakia, who is now injured at the moment, so hopefully not too badly. And Andrews at right wing back, which in theory is good depth and effective depth. We've got Ogbonna potentially coming in for Morris, who didn't play quite as well against Stoke, but thought had a reasonable game still, as emerging left centre back. as we discussed about Pollock,
Yeah.
he's developed in every respect of his game and is an absolute monster defensively now, which I didn't expect to see. And Shaq Vitadze is filling the void of Espria very nicely, which was one of our biggest concerns. Who's going to replace Espria? Who's going to replace Kone? Who's going to replace God, I can't think of the other one now. Hoot. And we seem to be having those answers internally. And it's just nice to see that everyone so far seems to be pulling in the right direction.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Just a big shout out to me, mum. She says, "Hi, Paul." She says the exact hello, mum. She says the exciting times they're actually playing as a team. Kev saying a green, Cheryl. Mr. Crouch says thought Barr did well with his runs. Makes runs that Bai and Rajovic do not, and Barr came on ahead of Rajovic as well. Hope he is not pushed out by Jefferson when Jefferson comes. Yeah, I mean, Bar's a brilliant. Bio, like I say, credit to him today, but I'd have Bar over Bio long term if when Jefferson. But I think one of them will definitely go out on loan if we do when the Jefferson thing is official. I mean, I think Scott Duxbury pretty much confirmed that it is official, and we're signing Agbonna as well.
And Duomo, central midfielder.
Yeah.
He's going to be lined up.
Yes, we've got 3 or 4 lined up, haven't we?
So we've got Duomo. We've got the Toulouse centre back. I think it's Drenner. I can't think of his name top of my head. So we've got centre back coming in there. Ogbonna, as we said earlier. There's one more. Obviously, Jefferson, Ogbonna, Duomo, and Duomo. I know I'm butchering the centre back names, because I haven't checked them yet properly.
No, that's all right, mate. I wasn't too much different either. I think 2 or 3 of them were at the game today as well, which is good.
I think 3 of them were. I think
3 of them, yeah.
Yeah, centre back, Duomo, and I think it might be Jefferson. I think it might have been.
I think Jefferson was, yeah.
I think it was those 3 today that spotted at the end. Yeah, Michael Thorpe, top 10. I think we aren't promotion candidates. I don't think we aren't. It's way too early in the season to say, but there's nothing to say with the way we're going that playoff isn't a viable target at this point. I think playoff, if this is what we're expected to see most weeks, it's on the cards playoffs. But it's a case of keeping, as cleverly it's done, being very consistent about, don't get too far ahead of yourselves, keep a level head, and just keep drafting, and we'll see what falls from that.
Exactly. Mr. Terry Pierce, evening, mate, says hi from, that's from Isabel, my little girl. Hi, Isabel. Hope you're doing all right. Up the horns. Well done, Isabel. Lucy saying yes. Danny's saying no to her, so I don't know what that's about. Mind the gap, Robbie Edwards. Halsey, 31 points and we are safe. Sheza is in the live. Danny saying no again. Someone actually said, hang on a moment, because yeah, sorry, Dan, I didn't read your comment. I do apologise, mate. He says a minute's silence for the scummy scummers, please. Yeah, not a minute's silence, mate. A minute's laughter, to be honest, fella. Second from bottom. That's a shame. I bet Mr. Clap the Fans is did a walk of shame or walk of honour like they usually do. Clap the whole stadium. That's a shame, isn't it? Inbred scum. Mr. Jugs Duncan, hey, you all right, mate? You turned up. It is Kevin Keben, the Toulouse centre back. Knew I was butchering her in it. Yeah, I bet you were, mate. You better pronunciation than me, mate. Kev, playoffs guaranteed if this atmosphere carries on. Danny says I'm just flirting with your sister. Yeah, you wish, mate. Terry saying that shout out made Isabel's day. She loves coming to the games too. Now, Isabel, you're an absolute legend. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a lovely evening as well. And Terry, cheers, mate. Big shout out to Terry Pierce with our official partner InReach Group. We've got the email down here, and also if you're on me Twitch, there's a direct link if you've got photocopiers. You need a quote. email Terry there, and we've got the link on my Twitch as well. Major Tom, evening mate. He's on the chat. He says, "Bet Mr. Edwards still wanks off his Labrador after losing." Is a bell ringing? No, mate, absolutely not. Bells are ringing out for Christmas Day.
Toys behind me, perhaps.
Yeah, probably the legend that is Phelps.
Probably.
Yeah, the dog. The legend that is Phelps, the mascot. Absolutely, mate.
Now the old git.
Yeah, so we're slowly creeping onto Plymouth, in between the league fixtures, mate. Do you think it's going to be similar sort of lineup that we played against MK Dons, or do you think you might bring some more changes, bearing in mind what we've got coming up?
Yeah, I think I'll be going to that one, but I think it'll be quite heavily rotated again. So I think you'll see Bond in goal. You may see Tigvich at left centre back or Morris there again, depending how we will line up there. We'll probably see Sema starting there, Ngakia if he's fit. Yeah, so I think it'll be quite rotated. We'll probably see Bar starting, which would be a nice thing to see. Batter again starting on the right wing. I think it's a case of wait and see, really, on that one, but I'm expecting to be quite rotated. I'm not expecting... Because I think Cleverly just wants to try and keep the team involved generally. He's not changing a winning team. No, very few managers would, unless you're Claudio Ranieri. No, it's Tinkerman. But otherwise, yeah, I'm expecting a rotated team on that one, really.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's a similar sort of thing. I mean, I'm going as well, so I may see you there. I'm in the amazing company of Mr. Terry Pearce on Tuesday, so thank you very much for that, Tel. You're a legend as always, mate. Yeah, so we've got obviously Plymouth Tuesday night, 7:45 kickoff. Then the 3 games, it's away, home and away. So we're away at Bramall Lane next Sunday, 3 p.m. And then we've got Coventry at home 2 weeks after that. So we've got international break after the Sheffield United game. We've got Coventry at home. And then we've got the following week, we've got 12:30 kickoff away at Norwich. So Halsey's absolutely right. Every single game in the Championship is hard. You know, you take each game as it comes. But yeah, Sheffield United, Coventry and Norwich. Boys and girls, how many points do you reckon we'll get in those 3 games? Just before we do anything, mate, leave the comedy to the professionals. That's Danny Hyman. That's saying a lot coming from him. Kev Wick saying ground control to Major Tom, commencing countdown promotion on. Absolutely. And Tom's answering that with all aboard HMS Piss the League. Yes, mate. It's left harbour, mate. So it's ready to go. But yeah, the next 3 games. So Sheffield United, Coventry and Norwich. How many points do you think we'll get? Dunk, at the moment, the way it stands, obviously it will change week by week possibly, but how many points do you reckon we may get? Or so how do you think we will get rather than what we think we in our hearts?
I think what we will get will probably be about, I'm going to say 4 points. I think, bear in mind, we've been playing a lot of the mid-lower team table so far. So we were expecting to win then, depending how Cliffy sets up, and we have. I think Sheffield United will give us a true benchmark of where we are. If we're competitive, if we create, even if we don't win, if we create chances, carry on doing the same principle as we're doing now, I think then it's fair to say we'll be in a proper playoff sort of fight at that point. Because that'll be the proper benchmark of where we are. And it's nice to say that going into it, I think the expectation is we will give them a fight. We will create problems. So I think it's just good. Just enjoy these good times while they are. Because you remember last year, after QPR, the opening game, things went quite awry for a while, didn't it, really? And we just have to enjoy the good times as they are. Don't overthink it too much. Enjoy things like Bios somehow. How the hell did he finish that kind of goal?
True.
And just enjoy the games as they come, because it won't last forever. So let's just enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Yeah, a few of the evening boys. That's from Stuart. Evening, mate. Hi guys. Hi everyone. Fucking fantastic. That's from Woody. I'll be happy with a draw next Sunday. Yeah, Dan's got a good point. Those three teams haven't started well. We have nothing to fear. 5 will draw both away and beat Coventry. I'll probably go for 4. I don't want to say we'll lose, but yeah, I'll go for that. Big shout out to Mournful as well on Twitch. Cheers, mate. Thanks for watching, fella. Woody's saying the scum are getting a nosebleed, looking up at us. Did we think we would get 9 out of 9 at the start of the season? Be nice to be unbeaten in the next 3 games. Absolutely, mate. Good point. Don't get carried away. We ain't been tested yet. Big boys yet to come. No one's got carried away, mate, to be fair. We're just enjoying what we're accomplishing at the moment, to be fair. And I'm, like I say, we waited ages for a home win, and we're getting like 3 or 4 all at one. Mr. Padden, hello, mate. Tom has GT on his shoulder. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, so... going forward, what do you make of this Bournemouth striker? Because I think personally, it's a really good signing, because they signed him from Sheffield United on loan. Sheffield United on loan. We've signed him on loan from Bournemouth. Obviously, they bought him from Sheffield United. They've obviously farming him out to get some match experience. But what do you reckon of him? Because he done pretty well at Sheffield United, I thought, to be fair. But yeah, what's your opinion on that, mate?
Well, he's 6'3". He can run the channels quite well. He's got decent hold up on him. He's the right kind of profile we want, where he will stretch teams and create space for players like Chakvetadze, Kayembe to then create danger with. So I agree with the type of signing he's doing. It is a bit of a risk. He hasn't got a huge amount of minutes. He's by no means a rookie, but he's not got a huge amount of minutes where it's safe, where it's almost like a safer bet. It is a risk, but it's a good kind of risk where it seems like the recruitment has married the style that Cleverley wants to do with the kind of recruitment we're now getting for the players we're bringing in. So I'm quite happy with it, really, and we'll see what comes of it. Same with Larouci. He was what we were crying out for, an attacking, pacey left wing back who can match Andrews on the right, which means then we can stretch teams a lot more if they're both running. And we saw quite a lot today, a lot of cross-field passing in the second half to try and stretch teams. I see that, Ian. Yeah. Again, that's what we're getting in, Stuart. Jefferson, the Bournemouth striker.
No, you meant about shaving the head, mate. I thought you were on about that as well. That's what we're getting ourselves into, mate.
That's a different problem. This will have to go as well.
Move, mate.
Ooh, that's a dangerous game, Ian.
It won't tickle now when you kiss Danny Iman, will it? We'll see if we reply.
I'm not a fan. Yeah, going to Kevin Holland's comment. I'm not a fan of the first kit much. I enjoyed. The first kit is really clean. I enjoy it. I don't know if I like the second kit more. The away kit is also I'm a huge fan of. The third one reminds me of a goalkeeper kit. I'm not too sold on it this year. Whereas I've got the third kit for last year, and it's probably one of my favourites they've released. So it just says I like sort of black kits more.
Yeah, I'm with you, mate. I love black kits. I absolutely love them. I got the goalie shirt last season. I've got the black shirt. I've got this, obviously. Yeah, I've got this one as well. Purple one. I'll tell you what. The only criticism of this, and I said this before, if this bit of the collar here was all the way round and tighter, like the third kit, I'll tell you what, it'd be even better. Honestly, I'd absolutely love it even more. The collar, that's the only criticism of it. Look, the collar's just way too deep like that.
Hang on. Let me fish something out.
Like that, mate. Yeah, go for it, mate. Just a shout out once again. Like all the kits this season, absolutely. Kevin Hollis, spot on. Black is best, though. Yeah, absolutely. Agreed, Kevin. Yeah, I got that first, actually, Duncan. I got that thing, mate. Yeah, go and whack them on and I'll tell you. Yeah, no. When the home shirt came out, Dunk, I actually got that purple one. I got coat and the number 1 at the back of it. Just before we go on, mate, because we'll go shortly. Big shout out to the women. They're at home tomorrow, 12 o'clock midday kickoff. at home to Billericay Town. So good luck to the women tomorrow. So come on, you horns. Let's hopefully they get a win tomorrow. So big, like I say, big shout out to the women. The new yellow top reminds me of the old Iveco top. Bloody hell, talking kits, World of Watford, and all that. Sales seem okay. Yeah, all three of them are really good. If I'm going to put a favourite, it's a hard one this year because I thought it'd be the black one. I think if I have to. Come on, the Golden Girls. See you all there tomorrow. Yeah, Billericay Town at home, midday kickoff tomorrow. Look on the Watford Women's Fans Forum. It's obviously, we've got a link on the Tailor-Made Army forum, so you can get on there. If you haven't joined already, get over there for all the latest news from the fans, the Watford women fans. And yeah, join it. Black One's a beauty. Yeah, mate. So yeah, the kits are looking good. We're on the march, mate. Is there anything else, mate?
I don't think we pretty much covered everything we wanted to on this one today. I think we've touched on all the good points where we can improve on, where the mood is. I think be words for word's sake at this point, really.
One thing I would say, I'll put this to you. I mean, last season, the season before as well, and the season before that as well, a lot of people, quite rightly, they're absolutely entitled to. They criticise the fact that the fans are very quiet or were very quiet. We need to give the players something, but I've always maintained that it's a 50-50 thing. The fans need to cheer on and gee up the players, but the players need to give them something back. And like you said, the crowd, the crowd is buoyant. The players are giving something back. The fans are giving something to the players, and it's all working in harmony. And it's proved it. It is a 50-50 thing. You all work together to create the atmosphere and to create the home form, which if we can make a fortress, we've got half a chance of doing something. But what's your thoughts on that, mate? Because it's certainly looking better, isn't it?
It's what Caroline said earlier. Yeah, completely agree. Caroline circled on that one earlier in the show. It's completely that last one. If the players, you can see they're actually trying, and you can see the players are trying to implement the ideas Cleverly's put down. If it doesn't work, so be it. Shit happens. But let us see the work being put in. If we can see that, like we did today, when the goal went 2 minutes in, we didn't get on the backs of the team. We didn't say, "What the fuck are you doing?" We went, "All right, so be it. We know you can do it. Let's get behind you and see what you can do." And today vindicated that. And it's a feedback loop. If the players are showing that, the fans will then repeat it. And it just feeds back to each other. So as long as it continues, it'll just sustain itself, which is really nice and positive.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's saying, let's enjoy the ride. Absolutely, Stuart. Look,
yeah,
we know how many games we've got left. Let's just enjoy every single game, every single time we win or draw. Let's enjoy the moment, because you never know. It may never last. It may last. You never know. So every single time we're out there and we end up getting a result, enjoy it to the fullest until we play the next game. No one's delusional. We all know there's plenty of time to go, but sod all that. Let's just enjoy the fact that we're second at the moment, because you never know. We may not see this again this season. So let's enjoy it. Like you said, let's enjoy the moment. Let's hope the weekend is all yellow. Absolutely, mate. So yeah, thank you, boys and girls. We'll see you tomorrow night where you choose the topics. We will discuss them. TMA Sunday Night Live tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Kev says here, Pidge. Yeah, no worries, mate. So as long as we don't lose against, I'm not going to swear on this show, we'll say the Scum or QPR. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yes, that's pretty much it, boys and girls. Dunk, you got any final antidotes to go on, mate? Also, thank you very much, mate, as well for pairing up with me today.
No problem. I enjoy doing these. Yeah, just come on, you ones.
Absolutely right. Just before we go, no one before this season started had us in the top six. Tom has got a group of good players playing as a team. No Primadonnas in the team. Yeah, no worries. Right. Cheers, boys and girls. Like I say, we'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. And as soon as I find the ending. Right. Okay. See you later. Come on, you horns.
Come on, you.